Well, the month of May ended with a bang for business in Indiana. More than $4 billion in economic development projects announced heading into race weekend as the state hosted its first ever Global Economic Summit. Time now for a deeper dive into all things business in our Insiders segment this week. And this week, pleased to be joined by the Vice President for Economic Development for the Indy Chamber, Portia Bailey-Bernard. Marian University Senior Vice President of Strategic Growth and Innovation, Kenith Britt, and Bose Public Affairs Group Principal Roger Harvey. And welcome one and all to the Insiders this week. A lot of news to talk about, growth really on the docket, including population growth. I think a lot of areas around Indiana losing population, but if you look at the fastest growing areas, Westfield continues to be, Portia, the fastest growing community in the state of Indiana. A lot of action happening there.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing, but my initial reaction to all of it is, where are these people going to live?
Right.
I can speak to only Indianapolis, but we're experiencing a housing crisis here in our community, just like a bunch of cities across the country. For our downtown, for example, multifamily occupancy is above 93%.
Wow.
Just a few years ago, people were saying, we're building too many apartments, we're building too many apartments. Now we can't have enough apartments. Right. I mean, we really, truly need a diversity in all of our housing, single family, multifamily, affordable, and market. Is
there an answer? It would probably take a half an hour to answer that.
Yeah, no, so I mean, Mayor Hogsett and administration last month announced an affordable housing plan, which put leveraged federal dollars to go towards anti-displacement programs, as well as the creation of more affordable housing. To that point, we just encourage our developers in our community. We just need more housing.
Yeah. And I would just add to that, going back to Westfield, you know, Hamilton County for a number of years has been one of the fastest growing counties in the country. Right. And so Westfield, you know, was most recently a town when you look at the other big cities in Hamilton County. You know, they have grown tremendously under one mayor. This is under Mayor Andy Cook. They made that transition from town to city, and now you're going to start hearing a lot of talk and conversation about changing Westfield to a second-class city. Westfield's one of two cities in the state that's not second-class, and that brings a host of benefits that larger cities have with a controller and so forth. So that's where you're going to see Westfield headed.
That's an interesting point. Boone County, now the fastest-growing ilex county in the state. And Roger, I know, and full disclosure, I think Lily may be a client of yours, but that announcement, 2 manufacturing plants, 500 high-paying jobs, adds on to some things already going on there now. A lot happening in Lebanon and Boone.
Well, absolutely, and I think the Lebanon mayor said it best, and Boone County said it best. This is the largest investment ever we've seen in Boone County. And what people don't realize about this manufacturing, these 2 plants, is that the indirect jobs will be several thousand. These are vendors, people that are working in those facilities day in and day out. And then you also have construction jobs, over 1,500 of them, plus 500 high-paying jobs. And it just is a testament to what Lily means to central Indiana and the state of Indiana, quite frankly.
Those indirect jobs are going to be really important, right? The high-paying jobs are great. The investment that Lily made in North Carolina, those jobs, if we're keeping track, was averaging $70,000. We got the $100,000 plus jobs, but those indirect jobs are going to be really critical. It's interesting that this investment comes on the heels of Dave Rick's presentation to the Indiana Economic Club, and you know how we are really proud of this investment. Exciting opportunity, but there's so much more that we need to do to make investments in education, to improve education outcomes for all, and the health outcomes. Those disparities have to be addressed if we're going to continue to see investments like this going forward.
People talk about the potential for a research triangle type situation from Purdue down to Boone County, the airport, Indianapolis, obviously. Is that a realistic expectation?
Absolutely. I mean, you have Purdue, which is a major Research One university, great leadership there. You have universities here in the city, both public and private. Marian University starting the engineering school that's opening. So there's so much opportunity here that if we can focus on our neighborhoods, getting students of color, those who haven't been part of those STEM fields like Dave Ricks talked about, we have to start early, and there's a great opportunity for us to do so.
Big economic development announcement in Northwest Indiana. Meets by Lynn's coming from Chicago, breaking ground on a major new facility there. $35 million investment, 300 jobs. What I thought was interesting, Portia, about back to the population, is Lake County gaining some population. So I know there have been a number of efforts in that part of the state to attract people to come across from Illinois, live grow in Indiana and work in downtown Chicago?
I mean, what they're doing, those efforts in marketing to bring folks to that community is great. I had no idea until I saw that study that they were growing as fast as they were. But I mean, the quality of life, that's how you attract talent and folks to your community. So I mean, kudos to them on that expansion.
Yeah, Roger, what do you think about that strategy? I think it's interesting and seems to be working. Now, this transformational 2 projects with the South Shore Rail Line expansion and making that trip to downtown Chicago much easier, much better. It seems to be they're positioned for more growth, possibly.
Right. I think it's just the latest example of what you're seeing from a regional perspective, and this goes back to several years ago when the IEDC gave away those regional grant dollars, is that everybody's finding their uniqueness, right? And so, while the governor is selling the state, if you will, to companies to come here, it's up to each individual region to find their uniqueness, and that's what you're seeing there, and the benefits paying off getting that company to move.
I want to get everybody's take on the Indy 500. It seemed as though the buzz was back, the fans were back, obviously, big crowd. Roger, I'll start with you. Your take on the 500.
I think it was wonderful. I mean, you look at the rookie drivers. They're talking about how great it is to have Roger Penske, and ownership of it. And for Roger Penske, it was the first opportunity since he bought that facility that he could show it off and show off all the investments, everything from the golf course to the restrooms to the stands, the monitors, everything, and weather couldn't have been better.
Yeah, Portia, I know you were there. I saw your social media posts with your handsome family.
Yeah, I got to bring my 1.5-year-old daughter out to the track, and she loved every moment of it. But Indy 500 is a huge economic driver for our city and state. The Indy 500 alone, not the entire season, just the 500, generates roughly $350 to $400 million.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's amazing. And from an economic development perspective, when you want to host and bring companies internationally to our state to move here, I mean, there's nothing better than bringing them to the track and showcasing our state.
Greatest spectacle in racing, right? I mean,
great way to end it. We're out of time. Greatest spectacle in racing. Couldn't put it